More rewards, more savings. With American Express Business Gold, earn up to $395 back in annual statement credits on eligible purchases at select shipping, food delivery, and retail subscription merchants. Enjoy the benefits of membership with the Amex Business Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-gold. Amex Business Gold Card. Built for business by American Express.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. From your morning podcast to your afternoon playlist, State Farm knows you personalize your entire day. And that's why State Farm helps you personalize your insurance with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It offers coverage options that help protect what you care about most at an affordable price just for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
What up? It's Three Brothers No Sense. I'm Tavares Ferguson, a.k.a. Ferg, joined my co-host Buff and Razi. Fellas, missed y'all boys. It's been a minute.
Welcome back. Took a week off, man. Hope you guys noticed and missed us. I hope you didn't listen like, oh, they was off last week.
Yeah.
That's entirely possible, by the way. So, but we hope you did.
Yeah, we missed a lot of good stuff.
Oh, I mean, will we have been able to record last week with the way Kendrick and Drake was? We would have been literally like, whoa, wait.
We might have got some smoke.
I don't really have a lot, man. I know a long time ago we talked about the Boy Scouts and how they were allowing girls in. So if you don't know, Boy Scouts of America officially changing their name, which is taking effect on my birthday next year, as a matter of fact, February 8th of 2025. They'll be known as Scouting America, and they will allow gay, trans, girls, everybody. I don't know what happens with Girl Scout. I guess it's still the Girl Scouts of America. I don't know. I didn't look that far into it. You got something for it?
What's going to happen with Girl Scout of America?
I know they were originally upset about that and felt like the Boy Scouts were encroaching on the territory.
It all comes down to the cookies.
It was like Marlo and Stringer Bell.
It all comes down to the cookie sales, bro. They want them blocks. They want them corners, baby. They want them cookie corners, baby.
That Boondocks episode, baby.
Man, what do Boy Scout sells? Calendars or something? Have you ever bought anything?
I don't know what they do. You know what? I think they sell popcorn. I feel like they do sell good popcorn. If it's not double good, it's similar. So yeah. So Scouting America, be looking out for that. That probably will be a question one day, as a matter of fact. Also, I know you guys been hearing for years the trouble that Social Security is in, and their latest report is that they are still running a deficit. Last year, they took in about $1.35 trillion, but they had to spend $1.4 trillion. And if it continues this rate, they only have enough to pay 100% of the benefits up till 2033. So they really, really need Congress and our government to step in and make the necessary changes so that it'll be there for our generation and a lot of the listeners. I know a lot of listeners are close to our age. A lot of, to be there for when you retire. So we'll see how that goes. And other than that, man, Contentville, what up? Contentville powered by Inspire You on Air, as a matter of fact. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to us on the Inspire You on Air /content deal. That's all I got, man.
Cool. I got a whole bunch, but first I want to tell everybody why we didn't record last week. It was because Buff had a date day, and flex on top of flexing, Buff went and got a bottle service on his date day. So we saw the video, Buff. They bringing out they doing the little sparklers and all that.
I said I'm about to stop following this, bro.
That is not why we didn't record. That is not why.
That is exactly why we didn't record.
It was a Sunday. We let the whole week pass. No one said let's record, and then these two gentlemen on Saturday said, "Hey, when we're recording," I was like, "Well, I got date day, so I can't do Sunday." So, yeah,
I can't follow him more. Boy Scouts sell popcorn and sometimes fertilizer. Fertilizer. I don't know.
Oh, and they do Christmas trees. The Boy Scouts do Christmas tree. I know here they do.
Yeah, so, they be small cookies, baby.
Yeah,
they need the cookie wars, baby. That's what I want.
What they could be selling is this new flamethrower dog robot that they have out right now that you can get for under $10,000. So
why would they sell that?
And it's legal. It's legal in 48 states. So I don't know about y'all, but I kind of want one because it's a flamethrowing dog robot. I mean, who doesn't want that? So you guys don't want one of those?
Sounds like the beginning of the end, bro. Sounds like Skynet.
It
starts
maybe.
with flamethrowing robot dogs. You gonna trust Ali and Sophie at home with a flamethrowing robot dog?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't have an AI with it, as long as it's got a remote and everything. I mean, it just looks really dope. Looks cool. I don't know why I even need a flamethrower, but if I'm gonna get a flamethrower, I feel like it needs to be on a robot dog. So then I don't even have to get close to nobody because I be playing Helldivers, and on Helldivers I had a flamethrower and I be burning myself up sometimes. So I feel like I need the robot dog so that I can have the flamethrower and then not burn myself up at the same time. See?
Do it, man. Why
I'm being
not?
safe.
Why not?
It's a safety issue, Ferg.
I'm ready to watch the news.
I burn my
I don't know what happened. We bring you live to the Macarella household, where moments ago the flamethrower robot dog burned down the house and their neighbor's house.
Yeah. I'll be on the news. And
it sounded like a good idea.
Like I posted, I will have my teeth and my bra on because if, the news come around, those are two things you got to remember to have. Teeth and bra for the interviews. So, yeah. Speaking of, Black Twitter is, I don't know if y'all saw the show is coming out. So they have a documentary on Black Twitter that's coming out tomorrow. We're recording on Thursday. So it's out. So for the listeners out there, if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. It'll be on Hulu. It's called Black Twitter. And so it's going to talk about the history of Black Twitter and everything like that. So I'll be checking that out over the weekend. And that's really all I got other than, the Donald Trump stuff is going crazy right now. So, his New York trial is going right now. And so Stormy Daniels hit the stands. They keep calling it salacious while she was on the stands, but she basically gave a blow by blow of what happened with her and him and all of that. But at the same time, his Georgia trial with Fannie Willis, the appellate court, they're appealing.
We're not gonna just glaze over Stormy Daniels. She said, "But she went to the bathroom. He came out. She came back out. He was sitting on the bed with his underwear on. Like, come on now." I feel like that's a Boondocks or something episode where you just got to see Trump just. That's a granddad move.
It definitely is a granddad move. I can see granddad doing that.
Dude, yeah, I don't know.
With Cristal.
Yeah, and the thing about with the Stormy Daniels things, the defendants are aren't they trying to do a mistrial? They're trying to. Yeah,
they requested a mistrial because they said that she was so salacious that she kind of tainted the jury or whatever by just telling her the story of what happened. They were like, it had nothing really to do with, or it it was not needed to make the case. And so they're trying to say that she went too far in the description and details and everything like that.
They said it was a wild day to court because they're like, they can control her. He was out there getting pissed. They're like, he was threatening, sound like he was threatening her and all that stuff. So, but continue. So I was moving to Georgia. So his Georgia issues are up right now. And so they're trying to, they appealed that Fani Willis should not be able to try the case because of the whole thing with her and what's his name? The prosecutor. So
Nathan Wade.
So that the judge ruled that there was a view of impropriety. And so they made Nathan Wade recuse himself. So he resigned. So he's not prosecuting anymore. But the Trump campaign or the Trump defense is still saying that they want to appeal and they want Fani Willis and basically the DA's office to not be able to try the case based on that impropriety or what they see as impropriety there. So the appellate court or the Court of Appeals did say that they will take on the case, which means that it's going to push the case back. Almost definitely not going to happen before November at this point. By the time the appeals court gets in, they rule, and then they actually come back and actually try the case. So that one, they pretty much got delayed to at least November or after November during the elections. And the Florida case. So that case is the classified documents case. That judge actually put a stay. They delayed the case and they delayed it indefinitely. They didn't even say when they're going to start it back because they're like, oh yeah, there's a lot of classified information that we have to wade through and figure out. And so it's because we don't know when we're going to actually be able to try this case. Granted that judge was appointed by Trump. So there's a little bit of a view that it doesn't make sense that she should be able to make that ruling. But at the same time, it is what it is. That's what happens. You can't just say just because that person was appointed by somebody that they can't be fair and impartial and do their job. So, he's off the hook for at least 2 of these through November. So all you have now is this New York case. And if that one finishes up and he gets off on that one, he will actually be able to run. And as Buff said, that means he might win. Or chances are he'll win.
And you actually can say that person can't be fair, impartial, and do their job. Yeah. Because in every other legal aspect, like we literally just said, it had like a dose of that with Nathan Wade and Fani. I mean, and we've seen it in other cases where people recuse themselves. We had an attorney general that recused himself in the last administration. So it does it all the time. It's just that judges, just like with our legislative branch, they make the laws, but they don't always follow the law. And with judges, when it's situations like this, they don't recuse themselves a lot of time. Mm-hmm. We've seen that happen with Clarence Thomas. His wife was involved with trying to overturn the election. And he still overheard the case. So judges are full of shit, man.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
So that's all I got, man. It's a whole lot.
Well, I mean, I don't think we've. Yeah, I was going to talk about Trump, so you did a really great synopsis. We haven't talked about any of the beef.
That was going to be my question. I want to know who y'all think won. So, yeah.
Okay.
So we can probably delay and ask that during that.
So for me, I'm just going to talk about I am late to the game. I think I talked about My Hero Academia. Did we talk about that? That you put me on that? Mm-hmm. There's also a new show. Being in Houston, there's a huge Nigerian population, one of the largest outside of Nigeria itself. And there is a show, I'm so late to the game, called Bob
Hearts Abishola. Yeah.
Yes. That show is, I don't know how culturally accurate it is, because I mean, it is a comedy, but it's pretty doggone good. So we started watching that the other day, and it really is good. So the premise of the show is there is a widower. So his wife didn't die. His wife his wife divorced him.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, both of them. White guy, business owner out of Detroit, has a heart attack, falls in love with his Nigerian nurse, and just their dynamics, them navigating life and trying to figure out how they can culturally mesh and stuff like that. It's a pretty good show. It's pretty funny. It's by, oh my God, I can't think who's the producer. He's the same dude that produced Big Bang Theory. I can't think of it right off the top of my head, but when I saw that after the first episode, I'm like, okay, this has potential. But Bob Hearts Abishola is pretty good. One of the things that stuck with me is when they were talking about her being Nigerian and dating a white guy, because they have a coworker who's African American, and she's like, how does that work? And she started talking about the hierarchy of dating and how she put Blacks or African Americans at the bottom of the list. It was kind of like, wow. It was like, I think it was Nigerian, same tribe, Yoruba, Nigerian, different tribe, Igbo, African, foreign, then white, then black. And everybody was caught off guard, like, what do you mean? And then they went on this whole rant about, how, and it's not, there's a debate about, how a lot of Africans perceive black people. Some people say they love us, some people say they don't. I'm not here to debate that, but it was just very interesting to hear that actually hear that on TV and them to talk about it. So I'm interested in just kind of seeing the cultural dynamics, like her being she's probably in her mid to late 40s, and staying with her aunt and uncle, and it's a hierarchy. It's the way her aunt and uncle rule her life based off of just them being elders is. I'm so like, man, that's rough. They be going off on her, and all she can say is yes, uncle, yes, auntie, no uncle, no auntie. I'm like, I ain't built for that. I gotta say some. So
I'm grown.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and jump into the show.
Cool.
We got stuff we want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
hold on 1 second.
Razi,
you want me to get Sophie?
Yes, yes.
All right, cool. Hold on.
What's going on?
What's going
Sophia?
on? Hello.
How goes
Goddaddy
it?
Ferg. It goes
Sophia.
very well. Goddaddy Ferg.
Well, it goes.
It goes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Well, come on. Well. You got a joke for us? Well.
Yes, I do have a joke.
Do you have a joke for us?
Oh. I do. Why don't skeletons fight? They don't have the guts. We're talking about breaking backs.
I don't know where that came from. Just breaking backs. I don't know. I don't have a repertoire of skeleton knowledge.
Yeah.
That is my weak suit.
Either.
That is my weak. Yeah. So I'm not well versed in skeletons.
Yeah. Maybe get better at it, and then maybe when I tell a new one, you can have some better one.
Yeah, I will study up on my skeleton knowledge.
You got to.
They don't have the guts.
That was a good one. Who would like to go first, or Razi, you just want to jump into it with the beef?
Yeah, we just jump in there. Yeah, we got the beefs. So like you mentioned at the top of the show, and everybody's talking about it. And I think we might have generally talked through it in the text message thread. We've been going back and forth with our friend group on this, but for the listeners out there that are living under a rock, they may not know, but Kendrick Lamar and Drake are beefing right now, and they are dropping song after song after song. It is not a slow beef. It has been, it may have fizzled out by now. I think Drake dropped his last song and basically said that was his last one. He's not doing it anymore. So With that being said, we've got basically 4 songs from each of them. And I want to know from you guys, who you feeling, who taking home the crown, who won the beef? And why? What put you over the top? What songs, that type of thing? What made you kind of select?
I'll say Kendrick Lamar has won. But that, even saying that, is kind of a stretch. I think he's had the biggest moment in this back and forth beef. It's hard to say who won because I don't like. So here's the thing with Drake, man. Drake really never has to respond to any beef. His fans don't care about that. His fans love him for who he is. They don't care what you say about him. They love him for who he is. So the fact that he even entertained it, is saying something. Because I really thought after Pusha T that he was gonna just stay away from all beefs. Because this isn't the first time Kendrick Lamar called him out on the Control verse with Big Sean a long time ago, and he didn't say anything about it. They've been having little subliminal shots back and forth, but never this direct. So I was just surprised to see him not only enter the beef, but kind of like egg Kendrick on, like, where you at? Let's go, we ready. And him dropping back-to-back songs like he did. But the reason I'll say Kendrick won is because if you're on social media, like, he's the one that's getting the biggest reaction. His songs, like, Drake is 10 times more popular than he is, and yet his songs are streaming more than Drake's are. And he just broke a Spotify single-day streaming record that Drake once held for his last one.
They Not Like Us?
Yeah, Not Like Us. Man, Not Like Us. And the reason I say he has the biggest moment is because, so just to recap, Kendrick did his verse on Like That with Future and Metro Boomin. Drake responded with 2 songs, Push Ups and what was the second one?
I can't remember.
With AI Tupac and AI Snoop.
Yeah.
And so then Kendrick finally came with Euphoria, and then he came with 616 in LA. And then Drake responded, and he responded with a visual, like a video. He's crushing the van from the Good Kid, Mad City LP. And everybody's like, oh man, okay. As soon as you're getting into the moment of the song, wait, Kendrick just dropped again. Like, he literally responded 30 minutes after Family Matters dropped. And so that just had people going crazy because Kendrick had dropped that morning, and then Drake responded, and then Kendrick dropped again. And then I think the nail in the coffin was Not Like Us, because he's doing what Drake did to Meek. That's a song that can be played. That's a song that has been played in the club already. We've already seen videos of people like chanting it and everything like that. So,
bro, I knew that song hit when I was watching the Chicago Sky versus LA, and at the end of it, they were playing Not Like Us, like in the gym, like not just WNBA. NBA was doing it when they were going to commercial breaks. The NBA playoffs were doing it when they were going to the Zone Boxing on Twitter was like dropped them like a Kendrick Lamar diss. Like, he has. Like, that was the one thing that Drake had on Pusha T and other people. He had the social media, and Kendrick has taken that from him. So maybe I shouldn't say it's a stretch that Kendrick won. Kendrick won. I only hesitate to say it because Drake is not going to lose any fans. But as far as beef warfare in today's, because I've seen some people complain about, oh, it's getting too messy and too catty. Everything evolves, folks. Everything evolves. Okay, we had to wait 6 months for Ether after Takeover came out. Now these artists can literally drop minutes after one another, and beef has always been about being personal. It's all, I don't know why that it's got people clutching their pearls. It's always been personal. So Kendrick wins. Cool.
I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit on there. The fans won. The fans won. Because I ain't never seen no shit like this. This has never happened. Unless they never happened.
And Ferg, shout out to Cooley, because I I ain't gonna say I was ignoring the beef. But I was like, Cooley was, our friend Sherman Cooley was like heavily invested in this.
Yes, he was.
Like in our group chat, he just kept talking about it. And I'm like, I get around and listen to it. But
I forgot what happened. I think because then it started when we were in Birmingham. That's kind of when everything really, or when we got back. It was
before because
well,
that's so what dropped.
Drake dropped his second disc when I was at the airport heading back from Birmingham.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Because I remember I was like, let me go and listen to this while I'm waiting.
Yeah, so the Metro Boomin one came out earlier before we were there.
Yeah.
Drake dropped his response right before. And then Rick Ross dropped. Remember, Rick Ross jumped in too. So let's not forget Rick Ross piled on.
Who did mention it? And who did mention it at the concert?
Yeah, at the concert.
Y'all rock with Drake.
Yeah, and let's not forget Metro Boomin dropped BBL Drizzy.
Hold on, bro. This is my turn.
My bad.
My turn to talk. So the fans, then K-Dot, because what's so funny is there were a couple of times, because I didn't see this happening the way it did. I just knew it was. I thought push-ups was the end. When push-ups dropped, I'm like, yeah, this might be over. Like this might be. I don't know how you gonna respond to that. I was talking shit.
Then Euphoria came after that.
Say what?
Euphoria came after that, right?
Taylor Made.
That's the name of the second Drake disc. Taylor Made.
Taylor Made came after that. What really changed it for me was I honestly thought I thought it was over. I thought Drake had the knockout twice. I thought that was gonna happen. I thought Family Matters ended it. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of like, just like, how do you come back from that? Hold My Beer. Minutes later, like Buff said, what was it?
Meet the Grams.
Yeah, Meet the Grams. That nothing else needed to happen after that. When this nigga literally wrote a diss track with like love notes. This is simply like when he in a diss track said, hey, let me apologize about your dad, who's not really basically he said, I can be your mentor. Like, I can be your mentor. That's up there with that Sam Cooke and Bobby Womack type crazy. Sam Cooke dies and shows up at the funeral with Sam Cooke dies, Bobby Womack shows up at the funeral with his wife. Like, this is like, look, it's not your fault your dad's a bitch. I can be your role model. And he goes down the line and talks to everybody close to Drake, basically saying, hey, let me talk to you about your mans. So K-Dot. And after that, I can't even give it to Drake, because Metro Boomin, BBL Drizzy, that shit. The beauty of that is that it's eternal. Like, so many people are going to make tracks, verses off of that it ain't never been done like that. I sent y'all a video. Somebody called it a distrumental. Like, Metro Boomin dropped a distrumental.
Yeah.
It's like, what they gonna do?
Fitting, right? It's so fitting because Drake said, Metro, shut your up and make some drums, and that's what Metro did. And so, like, say less.
It's like, was he gonna make a distrumental? Yes. This dude has, it's the catchiest song out of all of them, honestly. BBL Drizzy be playing in my head all just, and it sounds like a Drake beat. It's something that Drake would rock, and so it's so fitting. The only way Drake need to make a verse to it. That's the only thing he can do. That's the only thing he can do. He can pull an Eminem, make a verse to it, laugh at himself, and whatever the case may be, and call it a day. And then Drake. And I thought Drake had the knockout punch a couple of times, but man, yeah.
So ultimately,
it was
who are you? Do you think it's a tie? Are you okay?
No,
okay.
K-Dot. I mean, it's the last two just killed it. I mean, I don't know what Drake can do. Like, this ain't your arena. You ain't built like that.
So for me,
light skin.
I was all no, I was on K-Dot because I'm a student of hip hop, right? And I think that's where we're confusing, like, who won the beef is going to be subjective to based on what folks like. So like everybody's talking about the GOATs of hip hop are picking K-Dot. And I think they're in it, right? They listen to lyrics and they listen to it and they look for the double entendres and all of that, right? The people who just listen to more so, I want the beats, I want the catchiness of it, I want the feel, I want my disses, and I want my verses very kind of flat, and I don't really care about the double and triple entendre of it all. Give it to me straight. Those folks are saying Drake. And so I think that's why you're getting this back and forth where some people are saying Drake won versus Kendrick won. But we were in the car and it was funny. I was letting the kids listen to it. I don't judge me, but we were rocking. And so we listened to one of them. They're not us.
No.
And what is it? Is that it? They not us. So whatever.
Not like us.
Not like us. Okay, yeah. All right, so we were listening to Not Like Us because it had just dropped and the kids were in the car. So I threw it on because I'm like, I got to see what this is. And they heard it and they were like, what is this? Because they were feeling it. And I was like, all right, well, Kendrick, Drake, I explained it to them. They were like, well, we want to hear the other ones. So I was like, okay, cool. So we listened to the other ones. And so Sophie was like, oh, I feel I'm on Kendrick. But Ollie was like, no, I'm feeling Drake because I don't want to listen for the double entendres and I'm not getting what he's saying. And so I think that's what's happening is people aren't understanding the 2 and 3 lines. When we were in the chat, right, we were talking about how Kendrick in Euphoria said this, and this. And he talked about this, and this. And he had this double entendre and folks are still saying that Drake won this round. And it's like, in no way can you say that. But I think for folks who don't want to listen for all of that, they're saying Drake. So I really do feel like it's a tie when it comes to the beef because there are a bunch of people that are just like, hey, I want that. Because when you listen to a Ether isn't double, triple entendre. Like, it's straight, boom, here it is. Right. And I think that's what's happening is a lot of people are leaning towards Drake because of that. It's more straightforward. It's easier to understand what he's saying versus on most of Kendrick's songs. So, and I think that's what Not Like Us really did well is he flipped it a little bit and he didn't have as many double entendres. It was like straight to the fact. And so I think that's why that one's hitting so hard is the beats hard on top of him actually dumbing down some of his lyrics to be able to say.
And that's part of the reason I said that last one just completely solidified it because he out Drake on that. Like that is some shit that you almost expect Drake to drop. What I will say is some things that happened differently were I actually, while I was listening, I was looking at the lyrics because I just couldn't. I had to visualize and see what was going on. I was like, oh, hold on. Let me pause that for a second. Oh, it was really because I had to approach it a little different. But it was I think it was a great moment in it's 2024. Every year that I think they came like a scoreboard every month something happens. So April's gonna have K-Dot and Drake up there. I always remember where you were the first time you heard BBL Drizzy. But it was funny. I want to go to my question because I think my question is a good follow up to this because we're kind of talking about the, hip hop and stuff like that. So I don't know who posted this or sent it to the group where they had that video talking about Snoop. And we were listening to Doggy Style, the video about Doggy Style.
Oh, yeah, I posted that.
So as I went back and watched the video and I'm listening to the video, I'm like, this dude, Snoop, was a cool ass ninja. Agreed?
Oh, yeah.
So my question, fairly simple. Top 5 coolest rappers. And I'm talking like cool where you like, this nigga just seemed like he came out the womb cool. There's some people that got cooler because people started understanding them and their difference is cool, but it's like certain people's like, this nigga is cool, was cool every day of his life. I cannot imagine Snoop not being cool. Like, could you not imagine? So, give y'all a second to think about it. And Razi, I want to create a poll too.
All right.
So my first entry is a duo, and it's Outkast. They were definitely cool. Just how, they on that very first video rocking the Atlanta Braves jersey and everything. Like, they just look cool to me. They just look dope. You knew Snoop was cool. You mentioned you basing this off of Snoop. You knew he was cool because hell, there weren't too many rappers that could pull out Shirley Temples. He did it and we didn't bat an eye. We saw, man, he got some long hair.
She's doing his hair like this.
Yeah. I gotta go. I would say Jay-Z, but I feel like he wasn't like cool until later in his career.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if this nigga wasn't a rapper, he still would be cool. Everything about this person is cool. So it's just.
Yeah. I kind of want to say T.I. I feel like he was cool. I'm gonna let Razi jump in. I got 3 more to go. So those 2 off the top of my head.
Because we just was Snoop in the Hall of Fame, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. And 8 Ball.
Really?
Like, as big as he is, that's a cool big dude,
Fat
man.
Mac. He was the Fat Mac.
Yeah. You rarely saw him without shades on. Like, he don't move fast. Like that's what they said about Uncle Paulie on Goodfellas. Like, he didn't move fast for anybody. He moved at his own pace. That's big ball right there.
Yeah.
And Pimp C is number 4. Like, Pimp C exudes. In fact, he might be number 1 on my list. Pimp C, and give me some time on number 5.
All right, Razi, who you got?
4. All right. So are we? Is Snoop taking one of our spots, or we can say top 5 out?
Snoop. You can drop Snoop out if you want, but I feel like Snoop is the list.
Yeah. I'll keep him in. I mean, I think it makes sense.
You can call the list cool like Snoop or whatever. Like
cool like Snoop. So yeah. So
like,
that's what I mean. So because I need 5 without Snoop, is really why. So it's Too Short. I gotta put. I feel like Too Short was kind of just like that. We'll throw Snoop on there. Sleepy Brown. So you talking about Outkast, but Sleepy Brown was always the cooler cat out of the Dungeon family to me. I feel like he was just the one that was just like, I can't wait. All that, man. So Sleepy Brown, I had him on there. T.I. I had put him in Pimp C. Have to put them on there. The Pimp, he's always going to be there. And then a new cat, I know you guys probably know him, but Kimi Ali. He's the one. So if you guys haven't heard of Kimi Ali, he is bringing back pimp music. So that dude just like on everything he talks about, like all of his verses and everything, it's just smooth like that. And I feel like that's how he is in like real life to me. So he's a newer cat, but I'm gonna throw him on there. So go check him out if you haven't heard him. So that's gonna be my 5.
Okay, so I have several people on my list, and I wanted to try to say people that you haven't said. I agree with a lot of people you said. To me, some of them were like, if he wasn't a rapper, would he be as cool?
Who's that?
And so
on that list?
For me, I feel like I don't want to go down the list. I just wanted to for me, I'm thinking Meth. Like, I feel like Meth is just a cool, like, this nigga's just, I ain't never seen this dude not be cool. Like, I've never seen him in an uncool situation.
See, I don't know. I won't second guess it. Go ahead. It's your list.
You think about some of the movies he's been in.
Yeah, but he still just seems like a cool dude. Like, he has to intentionally be uncool. Like, almost to the point where, like, even when you see Snoop act and Snoop trying to be, like when Snoop played in BMF and he was trying to be the best, like, nigga, you still a pimp. Like, you can't hide it. Even though you're supposed to be a pimp pastor, like, it's something about it, nigga, you just too cool. So I said Meth, Common. I got to go with, you know, one of the GOATs, LL. Like, LL just seems like he's just I don't think this nigga was ever not cool. At 14, 12 years old. Random. I went back and watched the Busta Rhymes, Janet Jackson video. And it's something about Busta, just like, this nigga's just a cool ass dude. Like, he does what he wants. He always has been just a different type person. And last but not least, who do I want to pull off this list?
Okay, once you finish this list, you have to define cool to me, because like these cats, like to me, like I'm not just cool, like they don't have to be a hang out with and fun. It's just
that's what I'm saying. Like, even if they want a rapper, they just like, even they want a rapper. Like, I feel like this nigga was never struggling around people. Like, even with Andre, I feel like Andre took a while to be understood. I feel like he was an awkward dude in high school that people like, yeah, you know how Andre is. Like, it's that nerdy dude that some people might think is cool, but he's still like weird, that a lot of people might not have related to him. To me, once he got his persona and people understood him, he was one of the coolest niggas around because he was different. But like, LL to me was like, this nigga was in fourth grade and the teacher probably had a crush on him. Like, I feel like this nigga's always just been a cool ass dude. Like, I don't see him never not being cool. I feel like Busta was always just like super popular. He's a weird dude, but he was super popular. I forgot who else I said on my list.
You said Common.
Common, like, I just can see Common just like Common is just a cool, smooth dude to me. Like, he's just, I always felt like if he's not a rapper, he could have been a politician, he could have been he just has a coolness about. To me, he's like a rapping Barack, where he's just, is a certain air about him where he's just, it take rapping out of him, and he's just, people will be still drawn to him. He could still be in sales, he can be in anything where people are drawn to him.
I see Common. I see Common as like a hotel, like burning incense and like I don't see Common as the cool dude that everybody's like, yeah, I'm gonna mess with that dude. Like, I don't think he had beef with anybody. I don't think he's one of those people you just don't like. I don't think people just don't like Common. Like, I couldn't see him having beef with anybody. I could see other people having beef with, like,
he did though. I said he did though.
Who you had beef with?
Ice Cube and Mac 10.
Oh, yeah. This is West Coast shit. To me, like, what I said, I was thinking about people, if they weren't rappers, if you just like, they never got in the rap game, like, these dudes would just be, you know, just people that people are drawn to. It's something about them. I mean,
that's definitely what I base mine on. Think about it. T.I. pulled Tiny when he was a nobody.
So T.I. was on my list. T.I. was like second or third on my list. I'm trying to say people y'all haven't said. You know, right. Okay, so T.I. was on my list. Like, even you, Snoop. Surprised nobody brought up Pac. Because I do feel like he was kind of weird at one point. But
I don't. That's the thing. I don't think he wasn't cool.
Him getting in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta think. You know, his image was cool, but like,
he was a hothead. I tell you who deserves a mention though.
Who's that?
Hey, I'm sure y'all ain't think of him. E40.
I thought about E40. Yeah.
But E40.
Like, I've heard other rappers say, like, because he doesn't really make music anymore, but like, he got that whole Bay Area on rock. Like, he that dude.
And so I actually had E40 on here. To me, I was like, if E40 wasn't a rapper, would people still like really like, he's a weird looking, like, he had to create a persona for people to kind of I said he's not being himself, but you accept him. Like he couldn't be Jasmine's school teacher. Like this nigga is weird, you know. But everybody else, like Snoop, no matter what Snoop did, I always go to Snoop. No matter what Snoop did, he was going to be cool. I could not if he worked at Burger King, like, man, dog, that cool ass nigga at Burger King that be moving slow. Like he's just like, dog, you order up like drive through, whatever.
Yeah,
you know, like
he can't help it because like in the Deep Cover video, like he's shy, but he still looks cool.
Yeah.
Like even in Nothing But a G thing, he admitted that he didn't like looking at the camera. That's why he's looking off a lot in that video. It still comes across as, oh, that ain't cool right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that
like
it's that era of I don't care.
Can't help being
even I thought about like because when you brought up E40, I brought up Biggie too. I'm like Biggie was like he made being a big deal cool, but he wasn't really cool like that before. Like it took him.
Well, actually, no, Big was really cool. That's the thing. He was like super duper popular around, like on the block and everything like that because he could rap.
And he got into the dope game. And so my thing is, I don't even want to go because that's gonna be shaming and stuff like that. I don't want to go there. I don't even know who was on my list. You said I actually had Pimp C on there. Damn, I'm trying to think who my fifth would be then, since y'all like kind of said a couple of them.
Yeah, I didn't know we were trying to like pick other people or whatever because you know there's plenty oh yeah, those some cool dudes. I would like to hang with them type thing, but you know it is what it is.
For their age at the time, Criss Cross. That's literally how they got a rap deal.
Yeah, they were so cool.
Saw them, and he was like, "Them niggas look like rappers." Yeah, they already had the girls.
Yeah. Like Z brought up 50. And I'm like, I feel like he tried, like he's...
The thing about 50 is 50 was so combative to a lot of people.
Yeah,
like he wasn't cool because of that.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
He's not a cool...
That's what I'm saying.
Because that's what I also look at is are they looked at as like keeping the cool head around when things going crazy and stuff like that. Like, so a lot, like the Pacs, I couldn't really put Pac there because Pac is gonna fly off the handle and stuff like that. Like
that kind of puts Pimp C on the fence right there when you had that caveat.
But the thing about Pimp
C went off on the whole Atlanta.
Yeah, but he'll do it in such a smooth way that you just like, did he just go off on me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you feel bad for making him have to go off on you. Like that's the thing. It's like. So even when he's mad at you, you like, okay, he's cool about it. Like, you know, he's not combative with it. So I think that's the other part about it.
I said, to me, the other one, I kind of had Dre on there. Just 'cause I feel like, I don't know, I personal reasons. I think that was like, that's when I just saw rapping just get kind of really, like he made cool rap, you know, that party G thing.
Oh, you talking about Dr. Dre? I was thinking about Dre of Outkast.
No, like because when you brought up, because we were talking, me and Z were talking about 3000, which is for a lot of people the favorite rapper at the end of the day. But I feel like when they first came out, and maybe to me, because Andre just seemed a little, he wasn't who he is today. But I feel like Big Boy was cooler than Dre when they first came out. Like he was a cooler person because he was more relatable. Therefore, like when you talk about 3 Stacks, it's kind of like he wasn't even the coolest person in his group. But like once you accepted him for being different, you were like, okay, if Dre, I don't know if you ever saw the Key and Peele skit where, you know, they met up at a Starbucks or something like that. He's still kind of weird. Like he's to the point where a lot of people couldn't accept him. And if he wasn't a rapper, you probably would never accept this dude. It's like, who is this Negro walking around doing all this other stuff? So, but
yeah,
that's just
I look at if they weren't a rapper could go and be a promoter, right? Be somebody that people gravitate to, that move to, that like just can make these huge connections and all of that. Like, so that's a lot of what I kind of look at is like, who is like moving folks and like making people gravitate towards them.
Okay.
So no women on the list?
Ooh.
I think when the Brat first came out, she was really cool.
But then she fell off, right?
Well, she had the one album.
But I'm like, she fell off. I've been like, do you still think she's cool today?
Well, most of these people we're talking about, I don't think are cool today.
I still feel, I just feel like these, to me, a lot of these people are just still like the people you name. They're just still, they're
people
cool
still
to the
look
point
at them
where
like cool. Yeah,
like they were still comfortable being them. Like some of the people that kind of fell off as far as like they're not as relevant, maybe. You know, maybe in the jail or some
most
shit.
of the people we name are old, right? Y'all think people
but I think
they're cool?
there's to me, there's certain things that, and that's why we were talking about cool. Like, take being a rapper out. I think they're just, you know,
I mean, because
like Byron, I'll talk about you. Like, you're a cool individual. Like, you're gonna be cool when you're older. When people can admire you. They're not like, oh, he's so live. Like, but it's like, a young dude can see you out with your wife, and he's like, man, that dude look like he's gonna respect you, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. You know, you can pull up when you pull up to your condo in Miami. You know, when the valet gets out, you know, he's gonna like, man, that's a cool ass dude. Like, you're still older, you're cool on another level, but you're still cool. Nobody's gonna them niggas ain't gonna look at you like you're lame. Like, right. They still there's to me there's a timelessness about being cool. Like, You just don't like the compliment. But there's some things that are just timelessly cool. Like, you see certain artists and people on like the Met Gala and stuff like that, they still have fashion sense. They're still relevant because there is a timelessness about them that they're always going to be relevant.
I mean, now the Brat is still the Brat. She's not rapping anymore. We're basing it off if you're not a rapper. I mean, the only big difference is she's gay, but she's still cool. She still has that same persona when she came out with Funkified.
Okay.
Y'all don't have any women?
I'm thinking.
Rappers wise, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know me. I love me some Meg Thee Stallion. Because of the whole nerdiness and the fun of it all and everything like that. Like, I don't know how cool she is, but to me, she's like the coolest rapper or female rapper out there. So, and
I think it's kind of hard. I think it's kind of hard for guys because one of the things you look at in being cool is like you can see yourself in that person. It's like trying to, you know, it's being cool. Like, it's hard to do that with a.
I'll throw it out to Cardi, right? Cardi is cool. Like, like her just talking how she talks, like whatever's on her head, on her mind. Y'all don't think Cardi's cool?
No.
No.
So to me, and once again, our definitions of cool are different. Like, it shows. So, like, to me, if she would remain who we thought she was and who we wanted her to be, like Lauryn Hill when she came out was like just. There was a super cool chick. Like, she was just somebody that everybody could appreciate. Like, if she didn't rap,
that's a good one.
You know what I'm saying?
Even if she's a rapper,
like, you know, like she could rap. Like, even if she never, like, if you just met her, like, if she worked, like, damn, this chick Lauryn is cool as shit. Like, I rocks with her. Like, she's just a cool person, no matter what she did in her life.
So not Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Nicki Minaj.
I think they were all caricatures of.
Exactly. I think because the industry only let those women, like a certain type of woman, like get big like that.
Cardi B.
I know.
I'm gonna go who I think is the best female MC out there right now.
Light?
Rhapsody. I think Rhapsody is cool.
Okay, but I'm gonna say MC Light. That's gonna be my cool MC Light.
Y'all don't even know who Rhapsody is, do you?
I know who Rhapsody is. Yeah.
Okay.
So I saw her on. She was on the.
I did see her. Like
the women. The documentary.
The Netflix joint.
Yeah. She was on there. So
okay. She was freestyling on something recently.
And I guess I say that because, like you say, it's extremely difficult for women in hip hop. So it's hard to like just be yourself. Mm-hmm. So I look at her, hell, even Queen Latifah to an extent. Man, if you go back and look at that Ladies First video, like, it's dope. I don't know if you consider that cool, but
yeah, for the time. And that's like Queen Latifah too. Like, I would give her that because she just seemed very authentic. And I think that's when I go back to cool. I'm like, them being their authentic selves are still people that that could navigate life. You're talking about a promoter, Razi. To me, that's still like in an entertainment business. They got away from entertainment. Like this is just like y'all kind of picked on Common. Like if we were just at a bar and just talking, like this dude seems pretty cool. I would just think like he's a cool dude. Like certain people just have a aura about themselves that, like Snoop, you couldn't help just see like this dude. Like, why is this dude working at Burger King? This nigga is too cool for whatever he's doing. And maybe the Snoop test is different because I put Snoop and then I come with somebody who's very laid back to me and chill like Common. But I think like there's levels to cool. People are cool for different reasons. But being your authentic self, and when people, regardless of who you are, people like you. Kind of Razi, when you say you used to be a nerd, people liked you even though you were a nerd, but you're your authentic self. Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna pick none of the young boys.
Does Chris Brown count?
None of the young boys.
I mean, because that Chris Brown diss, he be rapping.
No.
I'm too biased. I think Chris Brown's a fuckboy, so I can't put him on the type of mouse.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason though, like because when you do stuff like that, it takes you off the list.
Yeah.
Like,
So Future comes off that because he's a boy as well.
No, I don't think Future's Future is who he is. I don't all the toxic comments he get. He has 9 baby mamas. You let him you raw. That's his fault.
Actually, I'm gonna say, and maybe y'all gonna Titty Boy.
Oh, 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is a cool, like, just, I don't know what it is about 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
2 Chainz is just a cool dude.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
First of all, he named himself cool. Titty Boy.
Yeah.
He goes back and forth between it. So, like, he
has one of the greatest bars of all time. She got a big booty, so I call her big booty. I'm waiting for some dope metaphor to come. He's like, so I call her big booty. I'm like, oh, okay.
But
just get straight to the point. Okay.
Like, he's just, he's Snoop reincarnated to me. Like,
so none of the young people, no little babies, no money bag yos. Lil Yachty, Lotto.
I think it's just different, and it's not that I don't like them. It's just I think once again when you're talking about characters, I feel like they play characters, and I'm very much into people who are authentic.
You call it a fake, by the way, Ferg.
No, I'm not saying no. Like no.
It's a very polite way.
It's the thing about it, it's like we play characters, in our life. Like when you're at work, you're a certain person.
They
like
code
there's parts of you.
Yeah, they code switch into that mode.
And not saying other people didn't, but like I feel like Two Chainz got a show, most expensivest and whatever it is, and he's the same 2 Chainz he is on stage. Like I feel like that's him 24/7. Snoop is Snoop. Even when Snoop's a pastor, he's still Snoop. But I like him.
That's just because Snoop can't act. That's ultimately what it is. He can't act.
But like even T.I., like T.I.'s a good example. He's gotten better acting. He's gotten better.
Yeah, it's he can play different characters and they come off at least different. Like Snoop is the same character in every movie, no matter what he's trying to do. He's the same character. He's Snoop.
Can't turn off his cool.
Right. So.
All right, Buff, you got one more for us, or we're at that 58-minute mark?
I think we should, because we could let it be the show. What you think, time person? Because my question
by the time
has
we
nothing
close
to
out,
do with rap.
Yeah, let's just close it out. Yeah, once we close out, we'll be already at hour 10.
That was fun.
Who do I take off? Who do I taking off? I'm putting 2 Chainz on my list. Who was the last person I said?
Take Common off.
No, I'm not taking Common. I like Common. I just think he's a. I could see him being like a professor at school. Like he could be that cool professor. He could be my lawyer. He could be, I think he could be a therapist. He just seems like he just has a cool vibe that people can relate to. I think he's like super relatable that, he's Hotep, but he's not like Dr. Umar Hotep where you're sitting there like, okay, dude. Like
he gotta have some type of charisma because God knows he ain't doing it off his fame from rap.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think he's like,
he stayed pulling them.
Because I don't think he's like, he ain't really focused on rap like that. And plus, conscious rap is not really in like that. Maybe. So,
You still trying to make the common?
Close it up.
You still trying to make the common argument?
Yeah, I mean,
he's not. He's dying on that hill, Razi.
I see.
I mean, the way we look at life. I mean, our styles are different. Like that, Common is. I like Common. You know.
So I just want to remind the listeners: follow us on YouTube, IG, TikTok. We active, baby. 3 Brothers No Sense. Check us out. Post videos of the show, shorts, and things like that. So just check us out. YouTube, IG, TikTok, all social media platforms. Also, it's a day late by the time we drop this episode, but I hope all the mothers out there had a happy Mother's Day. I know that they can be difficult for people who have lost their mom like I have, but I still find joy in people celebrating their mothers. I enjoy celebrating Tabitha and the mother that she's been to Jasmine. So I hope all the moms out there had a happy Mother's Day, and I hope you guys will let us have our Father's Day in peace. And also, man, boxing. So last time we recorded, we were at Razi's house, and we had just watched the fight, and we were jokingly saying how the guy who wound up winning, Ryan Garcia, was on tequila and blow. Well, it turns out he was on something. And so they're waiting on his second sample to come back because his first sample tested positive for pretty much a steroid, some type of steroid. And it said that it makes you burn fat, gain muscle, and become stronger in a short amount of time. So if this second sample that's supposed to take place on May 22nd, then it looks like he will have cheated. And that's a big deal because I love boxing. And no matter who wins, like I always have a certain guy that I'm rooting for. But at the end of the day, you want it to be as clean as possible. It's a dangerous sport. I actually went to a fight where one of the fighters died the next day from that fight. So it's a dangerous sport. And I hope, I'm hoping that it was a contaminated test or whatever that came back originally from Ryan Garcia. I want that win to be legit for him. But if it's not, he needs to be severely punished. And it looks like Devin Haney may get a loss erased from his record because I could see them just changing it to a disqualification, which rightfully so. Can't be doing that kind of stuff, man. Yep. But that's all I got.
Still was entertaining, though.
Oh, it hella entertaining.
All I got, man, echo what Buff said about Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. And you know, it's rough for my family and the kids, and so, you know, just try to make it special. And I tell all the moms out there, love on those babies. Everybody that still has their mom, love on your mom, man, because life is short and you never know. So take that time, do what you can, spend that time, reach out to them, tell them you love them, do whatever you can to show them that you love them. And on top of that, we will have tickets going on sale for the UAB Black Alumni Network Gala. So we'll be doing a gala for gala. People say it differently. I don't know how to say it.
Pick one.
Pick one, either one. But so we're gonna be doing that for to raise money for scholarships to give out to Black students. And with the Alabama new ruling SB 129 coming out, and them talking about you can't spend state funds on things for like that goes directly to minorities. You can't use color for directing funds, state funds. It makes it that much more important for like organizations like a Black Alumni Network to be able to give scholarships, and we know where that money's going and make sure that money gets to people that look like us. So be on the lookout for those tickets. If you're going to be in Birmingham, June 22nd is the date. So if you can make it, come through, cop a couple tickets, come enjoy, be out with us. It's going to be a great time, as always. Anytime I put on one of these type events, you guys know if I'm involved, you're going to have a good time. So cop those tickets. Make sure you get them. I'll drop the link on 3 Brothers as soon as they go on sale next week. And then you can start scooping them up. But make sure you're there. I'll be there turning up. That's all I got, man.
I'm debating do I want to go high first or do I want to go low?
Let's go low and then end on the high note.
Okay, yeah, end on a high note. Speaking of Snoop, you remember when Snoop got out of jail in Baby Boy? He popped up and, it made me think, I never want to see a black man incarcerated, but I just hated when that nigga came home, right? That's how I felt when the Cowboys brought back Ezekiel Elliott. Like, I'm glad he found a home. You know, he was a long-time dedicated Cowboy, but God damn it. Just when I was like, it solidified. I'm not as mean as I thought, but if you know what, we always joke when you say, hey, if we ever break up, I want nothing but bad shit to happen to you. That's why I want to be. I still want. I don't want them to be the laughing stock.
Y'all not together no more.
Like,
but
I still love her, but it's not you, it's me.
Zeke said they got some unfinished business, man.
This they year.
They are the
Cowboy Nation.
They are the laughing stock of the NFL. Even more so. It's like this. It's. I can't even go there. But also, and Razi, I appreciate. So I have nothing else to say about that because I just really can't, and that's a whole nother conversation. I'm glad you didn't bring up X-Men. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I was having this debate with Z because she got beef with Cyclops.
What? How can you not like Cyclops?
For the whole Jean Grey and Madeline thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he was cheating on his wife. And I'm like
he didn't know.
So like, I feel so sorry for Cyclops because Jean's still giving him the business. She still kind of got a little like, I cheated on you with you. You didn't even know you weren't you. How am I the bad guy? I had a baby by you. Like, if you're gonna have a side piece. Like, how you your side piece gonna be your main? Like, there was no upside to this. He ain't getting no new, nothing new. There was nothing new about that. They think exactly the same. Nothing new. He came like, you know what, Jen, you've been nicer lately. It ain't like she's a nicer version of herself, bigger ass, like nothing. You are the same person. Yet and still, I gotta hear your mouth talking about how you didn't know that was me.
All I'm gonna say is, one of them where they had in that ponytail, she ready, and one of them not. I just let you know which one he need to be with.
Shut up. All I'm saying is, man, I ain't never really. I know, Buff, you really didn't rock with Cyclops for the longest, but I kind of felt for my boy. I'm like, what kind of? How do you cheat on your lady with your lady? That ain't even like no twin sister type thing. It ain't like, dog, your lady got a twin sister, da da da. Like, it's a completely different person. It is the exact same person. So I feel sorry for you, Cyclops. And last but not least, like my fellow brother said, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. We really appreciate you. We really love you guys. You have a tough job, you know. I'm not going to pretend to act like I know what it's like to be a mother, but we definitely appreciate you. For everybody that's a wife or, you know, sisters or whoever, just make sure you tell them happy Mother's Day. Make sure you hug your mom, do all the things you can do for the mothers in your life. So with that being said, 3 Brothers No Sense, 6 Rules of Podcast. Listen, like, share, subscribe, comment, and most importantly, listen again. Talk to you next week.